It's about 5:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and Monday, March 16th, 2025. We're halfway through March already, and moving the cows to a new row here. Just kind of straddle the wire here so you can see, just kind of get a picture of what happened. Anyway, yesterday my son and I came out to roll out bales of hay. There's too much wind. It was really blowing hard from the north. There's still wind from the north, and it's cold. It's like 40 degrees right now. I'm wearing a coat. So the animals are probably not even feeling it. They're probably feeling pretty good right now. I know the dogs are happy. These dogs are for sale. Let me know if you want one or two. They're 2 years old. They're trained with sheep. They don't get along the best with cows, but you know, they're doing okay. Down, 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 down. They like me rubbing them because they're shedding right now. So it feels good for them to get rubbed. Down. Anyway, if you need dogs to protect your land from predators, protect sheep especially, I do recommend dogs like these, if not my dogs. Would you? Okay, seriously. You didn't used to do this, but now all of a sudden you want to get up here. All right. So it's cold. There's one more bale of hay. I think I have a couple more on the northern side of the pasture. We're basically done with hay. I don't think I really need hay anymore. I think if I did, if I moved them down the row, they might not last half a week in a row, but I can make the row a little wider, do 100 feet, and they definitely last 3.5 days. So I'm getting geared up to do twice daily rotations, movements. The sheep are still pinned up. I'll probably have to transition them to wire. I'll probably just put them in a row with wire and just get them used to moving twice a day as well. Keep their wire at eye level. See, they're playing with the calves there. They were raised with sheep. They're very, very comfortable with sheep. Sheep are comfortable with them. But they didn't meet the cows until they were like a year old. I think the cows are trying to eat me. So, anyway. Yeah, I don't know if they're good for newborn calves. I don't think they've caused any problems with my calves. The mamas are pretty aggressive towards the dogs that they get. Like this mama's protecting her calf, and her calf was born in December, I think. So, yeah, lots of good green grass. It's still early. I imagine the manure is going to loosen up here. That's what I was also looking at. Do they need to feed protein? The answer is no. I don't see the need for protein. They did clean up the hay pretty well, though. But they're not even looking at the bale of hay. They were looking at it when I came out here. But now they just want the grass. And they probably won't get to the hay until tomorrow or something, maybe the day after. So, yeah, it's time to start rotations. Normally, I don't start until mid-April. I guess spring sprung early this year. So, I probably did need another couple bales of hay. My neighbor was offering to sell them at a decent price. He has some extras too. So, if I need hay, I'll buy some from him. But yeah, I don't have a lot of complaints. To me, this is the beginning of the year. The rotational season starts right now. This is like January 1st. This is day one, week one. The reason why I say that is because I feel like you should end the winter without any forage left. If you did everything perfectly right, you know. Obviously you need a buffer and stuff like that. You need like leftover stuff. But if I had the rest of my pasture covered in like forage from last year, it would just go to waste. So I'm calculating like, okay, I have to last until March 15th. I'm going to calculate for April 15th. So I'm going to have a 13-month year next year. I'm going to calculate what kind of rotational speed I want. If the animals are eating grass faster than it grows, that means we're in a drought. We are in a drought. And that means I got to get rid of animals. I think this year the northern half that I'm standing in of the pasture is going to be off limits. Maybe I'll put the rams and the bulls there, but I'm going to aggressively graze in the back there. I'm going to aggressively graze in the back 20. So that's 50 acres of the 80 total. No, that's, hold on a second. Yeah, 50 acres of 80 because I'm cutting 30 off. And we're going to try to do twice daily rotations for most of the year. I might supplement some hay in the summer, so I'll get some hay early on. July, August, I might need some hay, depending on how the grass grows. I'm planning on animals dropping. I'm being born mid-June, so that's 2 months from now. No, 3 months from now. I don't think I'll get that many animals. Maybe the cows are bred, more or less of most of them are bred. But I did have that one that dropped a calf in December, so she's definitely off cycle. So she's not, if she's bred now, she won't be giving birth in June. I'll put it to you that way. About half the sheep I think will give birth in June, because I think about half of them gave birth in the winter. So that's my target date, is June. Every year I'm going to get my animals dropping in June. And the idea behind that is that they'll get the best colostrum you can possibly get. It's also when I see the fawns, the deer drop their babies in June, around here. So that's a good sign. That's a good time to do it. When I get the sheep, at a certain level of strength, I might try 8-month breeding cycle. But for now, my cull rate is too high. So I want to get strong sheep that are well adapted to my style. Then I'll start thinking about breeding them faster. Maybe I'll wait for 2 years for the first lamb or something like that later on. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the sheep, but we'll figure it out. June, that means we have to put the bulls on in August, September, that time frame. And for the sheep, I have to put the rams on in January of 27 to get lambs in June of 27, right? So, and then with the bulls, I'm going to put them on 6 months later to cover the ones that dropped or that didn't get bred, so that when I go to sell them, at least they're bred cows. At least they have a baby inside of them. I get a little bit more money for them. But 6 months after September is going to be March, right? So I'd be putting the bulls on right now. But I had the bulls on since January. So maybe I'll just put them on in January with the rams. Make it easy for myself and easy for the animals. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. I think I've got good forage. I haven't checked the southern half of the pasture, but I assume it's good. I haven't checked the back 20. I assume it's good. I know that I can see right now that this looks good, probably up to the halfway mark. There's an H post there. I don't know if you could see it, but that marks the midway point of the field. The little pond is also on the northern half of the pasture. I left the mid wire up so I can just hook it up again and use it, and then should be good to go. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Take care, and bye-bye.